Hello, my name is Jaleesa De Cruz. This is Artifact 3, Standard 1.3, Report Changes Made to Teaching Practices. I'm going to provide my evidence of before I read/learned about this new research. So I used to do just straight worksheets. This was not digital. This was just paper pencil for my students. I was teaching my students who were second graders between the ages of 7 and 8, but because their reading level is about a first grade level, they did get these kind of reading worksheets. You can tell they weren't very into it, engaged to it, mainly because it was paper pencil. It can be boring. They tend to write and draw all over it. But this was just for my comfortability just to have a paper trail and make sure I have like raw copies of if they're comprehending or not. This was typically a ticket out the door. But then I read and learned about gamification. So this was a research article that I looked into. This was peer research or peer reviewed and peer evaluated. So this was all about gamification for educational purposes and the factors contributing to varied effectiveness. So these were kind of like the barriers to the factors affecting the effectiveness in education as well as the barriers. So these were kind of the cons of it. But after reading the whole article, I learned and looked into it, and it said the research results indicated that incorporating gamification in the classroom setting has proven to be effective, creating a framework that continues to evolve. Gamification is constantly evolving, constantly changing. So I never really heard of it until reading this article, and I was super excited to actually utilize gamification in my classroom. So, with that being said, I used to do worksheets, but then I read/learned about gamification. So now I do things such as Kahoot or Booklet. These are gamifications, these are game based learning tools that I can do. Kahoot is something that my kids enjoy, but they enjoy booklet a little bit more, excuse me. They enjoy doing this a lot more just because it's so game based. They get to choose their characters, they get to do all that fun stuff, and I enjoy doing it with them. Just kind of seeing the smiles on their face makes me super duper happy. So the tools I use for the reading comprehension, this is kind of one of the lessons. They actually have pre-made lessons within Booklet. So this was kind of some of the questions that would be asked. They would have to read and then they would have to realize, answer the question, obviously. And these were selecting the live game modes that they were able to choose. They could choose Pirate Voyage, Gold Quest, Fishing Frenzy, and Crypto Hack. So they really truly did enjoy it. Again, this was the after reading the research, and this is how I changed my practice based on the research using educational technology, was using the Bookit. Thank you.